Hey guys, Batman's here. A little chilly out today, so I got a sweatshirt on. This I found in my camping stuff. It's just a little hatchet, nothing major, you know, cheap, inexpensive. I don't even remember buying a darn thing. But it's been used to beat steaks, and my kids have beat stuff with it. So the pole is in really bad shape. That's what this part is called, is the pole. So I'm going to take a file to it and kind of try to straighten that out a little bit. I don't know what in the heck they were beating with it. The edge needs some touch up. So there you go. I'm just going to touch it up. I'm going to start with the pole. And my trusty file. Let's see if I can adjust you here. I have the hatchet chucked up in the vise. So, first things first. Just tighten that vise up a little more. I do have the leather in here, just to keep the jaws from making marks on everything. Coloring on it is just some cheap automotive primer that I sprayed on it to keep the rust at bay. Well, we're not looking for perfection. Well, we're pretty close to where I want to be with it, so. That I'm going to call good enough. Got the big parts out of it. So we'll turn it around. And I suppose I could do it this way so that y'all can watch the progress. This side's really bad. Alright, I can't work that way. Sorry about that, but I gotta do it this way. Gotta be able to see what I'm doing a little better. Tighten your vise good. It's hard because it's tapered. This part of the axe is tapered. When you hear my file pulling back on the backstroke, I don't have any pressure on it. It's just, I'm just trying to keep my angles. When you've got a good file, it really doesn't take long to knock something like this down. Yeah, it's really chilly. Still here in Minnesota, it's still, I think it was about 40 degrees. My furnace is still running a little every now and then. And it's that time of the day where my thermostat kicked it up a notch. Because everybody's home from work and all that kind of stuff. dogs. Mailman must be coming. I'm finding that it's really nice to have so many of my hours covered up the place I work, so I don't have to do them all. I've actually just taken a few days and just kind of relaxed. Normally I work, I have 5 days off, and I pretty much work the rest of them. So it's nice to have my days off instead of working 7 days a week. Now these camp hatchets are, the pole is just for hammering down a steak or something. They're not made for, beating things to death. And I used to take this out when we were cutting trees out on the farm. I'd take this one, or I have another one too somewhere, and we would take those to be able to cut some of the smaller branches off of whatever we were taking down that particular day. I had a rash of locust trees, and if anybody knows much about those, they're not a terrible tree, but they're pretty invasive. So it's not perfect by any means, but it's way better than it was. And you can see that it just doesn't take that long. Now, because this is so small, I'm going to have to file down this way, which is not something normally you want to do. Light. Alright, I'm going to use some magical editing. This is what I got to. I have come to the conclusion that this hatchet is very soft steel. And there's only two ways that I can fix that. I can harden it, which, you know, it's a cheap camp axe. And I don't think I'm going to go through all that trouble. But it's better now. At least there's not so much for nicks in there. I'm going to take one of my diamond stones and try to smooth it out a little more. we'll be back in a couple minutes. Well, about the best I'm going to get it. This is a lot softer steel than I thought. It's reasonably sharp, but it's not going to get great. Just isn't a lot you can do when you're dealing with cheap steel. And I'm not going to go through all the hassles of hardening it, or even hardening the edge, because, well, it's just a camp axe. I'll make a sheath for it, and, you know, we'll go from there. But there it is, in a nutshell. And I'm just going to make something to cover the cutting edge. I'm not going to get fancy with it. And that's all I'm going to do to it. So we'll throw it back into camping gear. That way it's always there. So, that being said, I've still got my granddad's axe here that I need to do a little work on that too. Needs a new handle. We'll get her all cleaned up. This one's where I'm going to leave it. So stay safe, God bless, and we'll catch you in the next video.